Stop wasting your time. You might have heard it in many places, and you know that you have to stop wasting it. But how? In a business, in a world where every task is urgent, you have to do it, it's incredibly important, you structure your day, you structure your work, and you actually tackle the things that matter most to your business and to yourself. Well, in this video, I will tell you incredibly simple strategy, incredibly simple tool that you apply today to prioritize your tasks. And if you liked it, I might have a template for you at the later of the video. So hi, if we haven't met before, my name is Klim and I'm a CEO who has managed more than 150 people. I have created 3 companies and tackled them at the same time, and have grew a business to $10 million. On this channel, we talk about productivity and getting your business in order, and making you a successful life, and just having a better future. So let's start with the actual simple method I use to prioritize tasks. It is called the Eisenhower matrix, and it's not something really foreign or extremely difficult. It's super simple. If you look here, you will see the matrix itself and how it is divided into 4 quadrants. Let me tell you a story. There is a guy called James Clear who wrote Atomic Habits, a great book about productivity. And in one of his blog posts, he told about a thing that is very visual that I just loved and I have remembered ever since. So the thing he talked about is there are 4 Bunsen burners in our life, right? You know, Bunsen burner is like a fire thing on a stove. Let's call them stoves, right? There are 4 fires in a stove, and there's only so much gas that can go through to the stove at a single time. If you light up 4 of the stoves, you will actually have a very little fire. James Clear has 4 burners. First is health, second is work, the third is family, and the fourth is friends, right? Very easy. So what he says is that if you have only so much gas going to the burners, you can only do so much with your life. So for example, you want to activate all 4 of them, have a great life, all right, great health, have a great family, have great friends, you will have little of each. So it will just be mediocre at every part. If, for example, you're willing and you know that you want to succeed in life, you can turn off one of them or put them on the smallest of the burners. For example, friends, you put it off and suddenly you have more area for family, for work, for your health, right? Because there is only so much time. The analogy is that gas is the same as time and you cannot have it all. The same thing applies in Eisenhower matrix. We divide everything into urgent, not urgent, on the x-axis, and on the y-axis, we divide everything into important and not important. So, you first of all have to create a to-do list for yourself. Yes, I know, not something revolutionary, but if you don't have a to-do list, our matrix doesn't work. So, create a to-do list, and straight away, what you can do is to place every single task into this matrix as soon as you put it in. So in Notion, there's an easy way of creating a row, for example, where you can choose urgent, not urgent, important, not important. And then it will sort itself out. You can create a view. It's very easy. I might even create a template if enough people ask me in the comments. What you will do is that you will delete everything that is not important and not urgent. Just delete everything. You will schedule what is not urgent but important, right, in this quadrant. And you will also delegate what is not important but urgent. And you will do right now, straight away, what is urgent and important. That way, instead of wasting your time on tasks that you usually do in not urgent, not important, right, because you are forced to do them, you will actually focus on things that are really important, really urgent. But I have a twist on this whole thing. I think that things that are not urgent but important, which we set to schedule, are the most important things that you can do. Because when they are urgent, it means you haven't dealt with them already. It means that instead of doing them when they were not urgent, you postponed them and they became urgent. Probably because you were doing not important stuff. And so you will actually write down in the calendar now everything in the second quadrant, which is important and not urgent. And because you have so much time in your calendar, you will delegate 2 hours per day on urgent and important things that you have to do right now. Because if you're anything like me, you have postponed a lot of things and you probably have a lot of things to do right now. And unless you do them right now, everything will break down. So I suggest instead of postponing it and doing my system, do everything in the first quadrant, and then start with the second, delegate everything in the third, and then cancel everything in the fourth. That way, you will have a thriving business, great priorities, and just an amazing way to live and prioritize your tasks. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, watch this video on how to deal with small business hell.